Hey gamers, Maniac here with GameAccess.net doing a Maniac's Tries. Now what's a Maniac's Tries? It's a staple series of the internet basically where people try all kinds of unusual food, candy, or sodas, other kind of beverages, and see how they are. Stuff that's maybe a little bit unusual or might be hard to get or something along those lines. I've done them before on the site where we've tried the high caffeinated ball soda in the past with a couple of friends. But this is the first time I've done it for something other than that. When Princess Angel and I were in New York this weekend, I saw something interesting on the candy shelves, and it was this. Super Mario 3D candy. And I'm going to show a close-up of it in just a second. And I thought, you know, these would be kind of interesting to do a try on. There's a few things about them. I am familiar with Super Mario 3D candy. You can usually find those when you're going to like the candy store or candy shop and stuff like that, and you're buying candy and by the pound. Usually 3D Mario candy was sold alongside all the rest of the good stuff. However, this is the first time I've seen sour 3D candy. And I thought that that was kind of interesting. I like sour candy. I'm a fan of like sour Skittles or Sour Patch Kids and things like that. And I thought it'd be interesting to try and see how these work. Now, the cool thing about the 3D candy was that they usually come up with the shapes of different distinctive Mario characters, whether it be a Yoshi or a Donkey Kong or a Diddy Kong or Luigi or something along those lines. The candy will usually have an appearance of a Mario character or something of that universe, which is cool. But this is the first time I've seen sour of this type, and I'm just curious to see how well these would work out for with sour on them, with sour sprinkle on them. So, what do you say we give this thing a closer look and then we try it out, shall we? So these are the Super Mario 3D's sour gummy candy. You can see that's Mario from Mario Galaxy logo on there. It looks like there's a little indication saying that there's no peanuts in this, which is understandable. These are usually made of like gelatin or something, and I do not believe peanuts are part of that. It says it's got strawberry, watermelon, orange, and mixed berry flavors. It's artificially flavored. A bit of a note, Princess Angel and I picked these up at, oh, what do you call it? Oh, you got the Nintendo seal. Official Nintendo seal, which means that these are licensed. The thing about, let's see about the nutritional facts, if there are any. Total fat, 1%. No saturated fat, no trans fat, no cholesterol. Sodium, of course. 24 grams of sugar, which means that, what's the serving size on this? One container. A serving size of one container, this would probably have slightly less than a can of Pepsi. Or just about the same as a can of Pepsi. 3 grams of protein, 34 grams of carbs. And that's where it's manufactured. I picked these up at Dave & Buster's as like a prize or something along those lines. However, Nintendo World headquarters, or Nintendo World store was actually selling these as well as the normal stuff. So, in all likelihood, these are probably pretty easy to find nowadays. You'll probably be able to find them in your local store. They say we try to unwrap these and see if we can... They smell nice. I can smell them when the package opened. It looks like they're sealed pretty well. Let's try to get these out of the package, if I can. Well, I'm going to make it official here. It is harder to see what type of characters they are with the gummy sour sugar on them. It's kind of difficult for me to make out which each character is. And you're seeing them in high definition right now. It looks like we got a couple of Yoshis here. And I can't tell what this is. I can't tell what this is. I don't even know if I can tell what this one is. Under normal circumstances, I was able to... Oh, this one looks like Diddy Kong or Donkey Kong or something along those lines. As I said, the regular Mario 3D candy, it's extremely easy to make out what the characters are. Here it looks like it is the sugar kind of obstructs what each of the figures are, and you can only basically tell by silhouette. Looks like we got some blue here, some orange, some green, some red, more orange, and some more blue or green. So I'd be interested to see what the flavors are. So this is a close-up look of them. It is a bit tough to make out what they are, but they smell nice. Can't wait to try them. Okay, you got a close look at them. Let's try them, shall we? Alright, we'll start with this one on the far left of the container. I can't really exactly tell what this is. It looks a bit like possibly it could be a Donkey Kong or a Diddy Kong or something. Because it's kind of shaped like that with very long arms. I think it probably is Donkey Kong. It looks to be either blue or bluish green. Let's try it. Okay, it tastes like a berry type gummy. The sugar content of the sour sugar that's encasing these things is pretty much identical in flavor, sour flavor, to what you would taste on Sour Patch Kids and stuff like that. As for the consistency of the candy itself, meaning the jelly candy or portion of that, it isn't as tough or as chewy. It's a lot softer than what a Sour Patch Kid would be. So it's easier to chew. It's a lot easier to chew. If you've had a Mario 3D candy, it's basically, like I said, a Mario 3D candy with sour sprinkles on it, basically. This one looks like it's Diddy Kong, based upon its face, the hat, and the base underneath it. So I'm pretty certain that this is an orange Diddy Kong. It is orange. Definitely orange flavor. It's not as strong an orange flavor. You can definitely taste the orange flavor, but it's not as strong an orange flavor as a Sour Patch Kids orange would be. For those of you who may have had Sour Patch Kids in the past, there's basically distinctive flavors. Red, there's a red flavor, which is like a berry flavor. There's an orange flavor. There's a yellow flavor, which is lemon. There's a lime flavor, and I'm pretty certain those are it. Those are even though those candies are very sour, they're very distinctive in the flavoring. Here, it doesn't taste as strong as the Sour Patch Kid would be. However, the sour consistency is just about the same. It's still really good. Okay, let's try this one. This is a red. It looks to me like it's another Diddy Kong. Okay, they're saying this is strawberry. Again, the flavoring is not as distinctive. I mean, you can tell what it is. You can definitely tell what the flavoring is. Like, there's no confusing between orange or this. But it's not as strong a flavor as it could be. And it's definitely less chewy. It's definitely still soft. Very easy to chew into. Okay, this one looks like a green Yoshi. It looks like a distinctive Yoshi. Now, according to the list here I'm seeing, this looks to be watermelon. This is supposed to be a watermelon. This isn't a lime flavor. Personally, if it's sour, I would prefer a lime. I would have even preferred a lemon. You can kind of taste the watermelon. It's not very distinctive at all, though. The watermelon is not as flavorful. And that's... Okay, here's another Yoshi. This is an orange Yoshi. I've tasted Yoshi before. It's pretty much consistent with the other orange one that I tried. The sour is good. Interesting. And here's the last one. This is another Donkey Kong from the looks of it. And it's blue. It looks like another mixed berry, so let me see if we try this last one. I think this is my favorite flavor out of the group. This is a mixed berry flavor. I like it better than the strawberry flavor. I also think the mixed berry is the most distinctive. So, there you have it. Those are Nintendo 3D Gummies Sour. What do I think of them total? Well, if you're a fan of sour candy, they're definitely worth a taste. Some people might actually prefer those over Sour Patch Kids. It's definitely got its own distinctive look to it. They're bigger candies. They're softer to chew, which means that they don't stick to your teeth as much as a Sour Patch Kids were. A Sour Patch Kid is a bit tougher to bite into. These are more gelatinous. I would equate them more closely to a fruit snack as opposed to a Sour Patch Kid or other type of gummy candy in that respect. Possibly actually more, if it would be fair, more like a bigger gummy bear perhaps. Gummy bears are usually quite soft to bite into, depending upon how big they are. So I would probably equate these more to like a sour type gummy bear. The flavoring is not as strong for the fruit candy portion of it. It's less distinctive than the sour portion of it. Now, I know that they make these without sour. They just regularly make these. It's up to, I guess, the person who prefer, if you prefer what is softer or what is, less flavorful, what is more flavorful, how strong the flavor is, that sort of thing. Everybody has their own level of taste. But I could definitely imagine that there'd be some people out there that would prefer this type of candy over like a Sour Patch Kid or a gummy bear or something along those lines. Or maybe some people would prefer Sour Patch Kids or gummy bears over these. Everyone's taste is different. I'm just saying that's pretty much what I taste like. Definitely happy that I tried it. I don't know if I'll buy another pack. I don't know. I think these go for about $2 in a store. Like I said, I got them for like a couple of tickets at Dave & Buster's this past weekend. So I didn't pay any money for these, so I don't know how much they cost exactly. And I know that I remember Nintendo World was definitely trying to sell them in larger packages, or you could just buy them in like a bulk. I'm sure you could probably buy them in like a bulk package. As for me, I would definitely recommend, if you want to try them, go to like a candy store or a candy shop that'll sell candy by the pound, and you might be able to find these along next to the gummy bears or the strawberries or the raspberry cherries or something along those lines, and try them that way along with a bunch of other stuff that you might like. That's the first time I ever tried them. This is the first time I ever tried the sour type. I know that there's a non-sour type out there. And if you're not a fan of sour candy, well, obviously, you're probably not going to want to try these at all. But like I said, there is a version that's made non-sour. And you might be willing to give those worth a try. I thought they were pretty decent. Do I prefer these over the regular ones? I don't know. I can tell you this right now. If you're going to buy these based upon the fact of Mario characters looking like, they're a lot more distinctive to have a how do I put this? The non-sours are much more distinctive looking. There's either something about the manufacturing process or something about whatever one I picked up where it wasn't very distinctive how, you could basically make out the shape of outline and stuff like that. But it wasn't very clear on like the fine detail of the candy. I specifically remember at least from the 3D candy that I had tried that was non-sour, it was very distinctive looking that what was a Yoshi and what was a Donkey Kong or what was a Diddy Kong or what was a Luigi or a Yoshi or something like that. It was very distinctive in that respect. That alone may have someone, may make a Nintendo fan choose to get a non-sour version over a sour version just for that alone, taste aside. The taste-wise, very similar to, let's say, a gummy bear, or it's certainly with a consistency of chew. It reminded me very much of like a regular gelatin candy, so not as chewy as a Sour Patch Kid. Definitely not as chewy as some of the much chewier candies out there. Easy to bite into, easy to chew, did not leave much of a residual in my teeth. A fun candy to try. Definitely a fun candy to try with friends. And I'm definitely wearing the right hat for it. So there's your Maniac's tries of the Super Mario 3D Sour Gummies candy. You can probably find these at Nintendo World, or you probably pick these up at a Dave & Buster's, or probably at your local convenience stores by the pack. They're a lot of fun to try out. I don't know if I'll try these again, but I probably will go back to the regular non-sours, just because they're more distinctive looking of the Mario characters. So until next time, guys, this is Maniac with GameAccess.net. Just trying stuff out for you. Over and out.